All right, as we prepare to go into our lecture for tonight, we're still on chapter 12. We did a light intro, talked about color theory. Tonight, we're going to start off, we're going to kick off with a video and continue on into our color theory. We're going to take a little quiz together about color theory. I just want to share because I'm super, super proud. Last night, I made elderberry syrup. Your girl did. And so who does not plan on getting sick this year? It's myself. And it tastes pretty doggone good. So I'm gonna chill out for a minute. I'm still trying to perfect my recipe, but I was excited about it, so I wanted to share it with you. And in the meantime, in between time, let's prepare to go and share over into chapter 12. Let me make sure we got all of our audio on. Share sound, optimize video. Here we go.
The pure primary colors are blue, red, and yellow. All other colors are created by mixing these primaries. Colors with a predominance of blue are cool, while colors that are predominantly red are warm. Blue is the strongest primary color and is the only cool one. It brings depth or darkness to any other color. Red is the medium primary. Adding red to blue-based colors will make them appear lighter. If you add red to yellow, it will darken the yellow. Yellow is the weakest primary. When you add yellow to other colors, the resulting shade will look lighter and brighter. Try to think of hair color in terms of proportions of the primary colors. When all three primary colors are present in equal proportions, the resulting color is black, white, or gray, depending on the level. Natural brown is really 1 part blue, 2 parts red, and 3 parts yellow. There are 3 secondary colors, and they're created by mixing equal amounts of 2 primary colors together. Yellow, mixed with equal parts red, creates orange. Red, mixed with equal parts blue, creates violet. Blue, mixed with equal parts yellow, creates green. Natural-looking hair color comes from combining primary and secondary colors. A tertiary color is created when you mix equal amounts of each primary color with its neighboring secondary colors. That means there are 6 of them: yellow-orange, yellow-green, red-orange, red-violet, blue-violet, and blue-green. Complementary colors are the primary and secondary colors positioned directly opposite each other on the color wheel. Their position tells you they neutralize or refine one another, depending on the proportions used. Complementary colors include yellow and violet, red and green, and blue and orange. One simple trick for neutralizing color is to choose the unwanted color's complementary color.
All right, so that was a light review. Let's move on to our quiz. I want you to light the chat up, and also you can come off mute. We're going to do a 9-question quiz together as a group. Before we move on, let's look at question number 1. You can come off the mute, whoever says the first one, that's what we're going with. Cool colors have blue undertone. Please make sure y'all are clocked in on home base also. Cool colors have blue undertones. Is this true or false?
True.
All right. Next question. Ooh, look at that. Correct. A shade is pure hue plus yellow. True or false? Think about our terms from Tuesday night we talked about. Our shade is pure hue, a pure color plus yellow. Is that true or false?
That's false.
Okay.
I think.
Absolutely right. Okay, that is false. Okay, if something can be pure and have another color added to it. Primary colors are fundamental colors that cannot be obtained from mixture, which means these colors cannot be mixed together, cannot be created by mixing other colors together. Think about primary, think about secondary, think about tertiary. Is this true or false? You can't mix the colors together to make anything.
True.
Blue, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say blue, red, and yellow. You can't mix them together to create that, but blue, red, and yellow create everything else. I'm gonna need to hear somebody else on the other side. Number 4, when you mix blue with yellow, you get the color purple. Is it true or false?
False.
False.
There we go. Okay. A tertiary color is formed by mixing equal amounts of secondary color and its neighboring primary color. True or false?
True.
Go ahead. Okay. Send the chat. Go ahead. Thank you, chat. Number 6, the complementary color to orange is green. True or false?
True.
It's false.
Tell me why y'all say it's true. Explain your case of true. Explain your case of false. Remember I talked about the sports teams?
Yeah.
So if complementary colors are across from each other, what's across from orange and what's across from green? When you think of Christmas, what 2 colors you think of?
Red is across
Red.
from green.
Red and green.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you both are right. Red and green are across from each other.
Blue is across from yellow. No, orange.
Orange.
And then yellow is across from green.
What?
No, because that's all the way up there.
Remember, your color wheel can't change.
Sure can't.
It does not change position. So if it's already, y'all already said red and green are
Yeah.
across from each other, right?
Yeah.
So if this is saying the complementary color to orange is green, is this true or false?
Oh, that's false.
False.
All right.
That's
There
false.
you go. That is absolutely right. So when they talk about complementary colors, remember complementary is across from each other on the color wheel. The colors do not move. Red and green is going to be across from each other. Blue and orange is going to be across from each other. Remember the New York Knicks. And then violet and yellow. Remember the Lakers are always going to be across from each other. Number 7, hue is the distinct characteristic of a color. True or false? Distinct characteristic of a color. True or false? The hue. It's a 50% chance you're right, 50% chance you're wrong. What do you think?
I'm going to go with false.
Okay. And it is true. It is the characteristic of a color. Tint is a pure hue plus black.
That is true.
I'm going to hit true.
Oh, God. You're making me nervous.
I didn't say. Tint versus shade. That's all I'm going to talk about.
Versus. Oh, God.
A tint, we're going to add white, okay, y'all?
That's what it was. It was
That's
white.
it,
That's
white.
so right. So
Yeah.
right.
A shade, we're going to add what? Black.
That's right. That's right. Shade meaning dark, tint meaning light.
Meaning
That's
light.
right. Okay. Okay. You
And
got
remember-
it, Indy. I got it, Indy.
Remember
Okay.
we talked about they be saying brow tint and they got it all backwards.
Yup.
It
And
should be
now I'm
from
just gonna think
shade.
of shade being shaded like dark. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, got you.
Okay. A tone is pure hue plus violet. True or false? A tone, pure hue plus violet. Drum roll, please. Mm. You got a 50% chance. What we gonna go with? Let's see what the chat talking about. Chat ain't talking. Come on.
Miss D, see,
Yes.
wait a minute. See, a tone has got me. Put it in your words.
When I talk about like adding, um, knowing your terms that really get you, um, violet is a secondary color.
Okay.
So a secondary color, I'm just gonna say a secondary, it talks nothing about adding a secondary color to anything to make anything. A
Okay.
secondary color is just a secondary color. A secondary color means you mix two primaries to get it, and then you can mix a secondary with a primary to make a tertiary. But to create tones, hints, and tone, we talked about the intensity of a color.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, without trying to give you, um, we did talk about mixing gray, which is an equal amount of black and white to something. Do y'all remember reading that component? We're gonna go back to it. I'm
Okay.
gonna hit false, okay? And then what we'll do, we'll go back to our book and find it, okay?
Okay.
I want you to get it, okay? It's false. Here's the thing, just knowing violet, if you're gonna mix anything to anything, this is what we're mixing. And I think we get off at hue, tint, shade, right? So, and tone, those are 4 words we got to go back and look at. You're going to mix white, black, or gray to those. You're not never going to mix a secondary color unless you're trying to make something in the purple family, but that's not going to be in your general studies. That's going to be something you want to do creative wise, right? And so let's look at how many we got right. We only missed, what we end up missing? We missed 2. Okay. So we made almost 80% because we had 9. So we made a little under 80%. All right. And so we'll go back and look at that. What I want to do, let me go back here. There we go. Remember those 4 words.
Say that last thing you just said.
Remember those 4 terms.
It was tone, hue, shade, and tint.
Yes. Okay. So hold on one moment. All right. See hue? Here's hue. The term hue refers to any color in its purest form,
I see
lacking
a
in.
gray box on the screen.
Okay, hold on one moment. Thank you for letting me know that. All right, you see? Okay, a hue refers to any color in its purest form, lacking any black, which is shade, or white, which is tint. The hue of a color represents just one dimension of a particular color. The color wheel does not change and will always serve as your core color selection guide. And so a pure color pretty much is going to be that primary color that you see on that color wheel. It refers to any color in its purest form. So the question was kind of tricky because it asks you, do we add violet to it? No, we're not adding a secondary color. We're not adding nothing to a hue. You're getting a true color of something, okay? And you're not adding anything to it. That's one. So it actually also showed you shade and tint, but let's find those. We need to find tone, right? I'm listening.
Okay, so with the hue color, we're not adding anything.
It's a pure tone.
It's a pure tone.
It's a pure tone. And it also states, and it's right up here, and it's one of those categories. It says primary hues and resulting in 12 main divisions.
Okay.
And so traditional color wheel is a curation of a various combination of colors stemming from the 3 primary hues. So you're talking red, yellow, and blue. And jump over here again. The term hue refers to any color in its purest form. Remember, you had a question that states, are primary colors pure? They are, because no other colors can make up what? Red, yellow,
or blue.
There we go.
Okay. Gotcha.
Awesome. Here we go. And now don't be going to the beauty supply store talking about, I would like a hue blue. And they were like, what? That's not the purest that I'm looking for. Let's look for tone. Did I skip tone? Saturation. Okay, there's tint. And even here, a tint occurs when white is added to a pure hue. A shade occurs when black is added to a pure hue. This is when we're trying to get we start to get additional tones. Warm colors, cool colors. Can anybody help me? Like, where did you guys see the term tone at? Anybody remember? I think we left off on this. Here we go.
Can you type it in? Okay, there we go.
The tone of the skin, also known as a hue. In terms of skin, tone is used to describe the warmth or coolness of a color. So you're going to run into terms that have multiple meanings. If you were a lash tech and you're talking about eyebrows and eyelash hair, you will run into terms that have multiple meanings. So even in various subjects, you may have, when you're talking about skin, one word, and when you're talking about makeup, another word. It may have another meaning to it. So this is where you may want to make a highlighted note and say, hey, if it's referencing skin color, this is what it's talking about. If it's referencing makeup, this is what it's talking about. When I say, if you're a lash tech, we have a term called cilia and supercilia. Okay. And cilia is also a term that's used to talk about how bacteria moves throughout the body. And so cilia is like eyebrow hair. Okay. But bacteria, there's a bacteria that has that moves throughout the body, and it has like little projections like hairs on it, and it like kind of like a fish that swims. It allows that bacteria to move throughout the body. And so sometimes when you're talking about cilia and we're talking about infection control, bam, I know which one we're talking about. But if we're talking about eyebrow hair, bam, I know which one we're talking about. I know which one to reference. Same thing goes for here. When we talk about tone, we're talking about when it looks at the skin, tone is used to describe the warmth or coolness of a color as it relates to light, medium, and dark. Sometimes people like to say light, medium, and dark skin. That's such a box to put people in. I just reference light, medium, dark when it comes to foundations and eyeshadows and makeups and things like that. You have light, medium, and dark red lipsticks, so many different shades. And then you have light, medium, and dark when it comes to blues, light blue, medium blue, dark blue, so on and so on. And that's tone. When we look at undertone, yesterday when we were looking at Blanca and looking at a few others, the undertone is actually when you look at someone's skin and you're able to see another color. And sometimes, was that Sunny? I was telling you, look somewhere else and then open your eyes again and look. A lot of times you want to measure this in natural light. So you'll take your client outside to see their tone, undertone, or you put them under a natural light in the salon. If the salon has pastel, pink, turquoise, blue, orange, red walls, never measure somebody's undertone or their skin against those walls. You need a black wall or a white wall. So even though you have a beautiful decor suite, leave an area where you can analyze somebody's skin tone, maybe in your makeup section or whatever, because that when you have a blue wall and then you're looking at somebody's skin trying to figure out if their undertone is cool or warm, because blue is cool, it's going to give you the illusion that that person's skin is cool. Then you will start building foundation from, oh, she's cool, so I know I need to do this. And the client turn around, she looking like a cast because it's real, it's too light or it's too ashy, it's too grayish. And so if I had a pink wall, oh, she has a really pink suede. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. And then bam, that pinkness is bouncing off the light. I see the color and I'm looking at everything as warm tone. And the client probably does not have a warm tone. So I'm picking out all these other colors that'll go with this warm tone. And when the client looks in the mirror, she just looks like she's orange or she looks like she's just rosy and red. So it's very important, even in makeup, hair color. I know I got Lauren on here as a cosmetologist. It's very, very important that you have a space where you can analyze the client's undertone. And sometimes when you can't tell it in the skin, that's what I'm saying. Take that mirror last night and you put that client's hair over that mirror. That light is gonna bounce. That's how we see. What you really see is really a reflection of light. The light bounces off the mirror, goes through the hair, and sends us a message of what that color is. That's the most civilized, non-nerdy way I can put it. So you should never look at a person's hair and be like, oh yeah, I know. Find you a mirror and you'll see the reflection. Those tones from that color wheel start bouncing off. And the ones you see the most, that's where their undertone is gonna lie. Also, you can look at a person's eyes, and then also you can look at a person's deep skin. And it's gonna take you people watching and training your eye. Training your eye. For me, I learned by standing in line with people at the grocery store. How do I make myself, oh, this line is long? I would just quiz myself what level I think that is, because I'm original colorist. What level do I think that is? How would I cancel that out? What's going on right there? And I would just people watch. I would have a magazine for a month because I'm trying to train myself how to determine a person's undertone to determine what color I would use on them. The same theory makeup artists will use as well. I want to pause for the calls really, really quick. And I'm going to show you one thing. All right, this is what I want to show you. This is Fitzpatrick scale. Your Fitzpatrick scale, when you're trying to determine what makeup base the undertone of a client's skin, go back to your Fitzpatrick scale. For my new students, you'll learn about this, but the Fitzpatrick scale puts everybody, it's kind of an easy grouping for everybody in the world. So for estheticians, we don't look at things as people, oh, she black or she white, you do this, you do that. We never look at race like that. So from this point forward, we never gonna look at races. Okay. As an esthetician and even as a cosmetologist, you will look at where that person is on the Fitzpatrick scale. It's going to tell you everything about them. Okay. And so if I look at someone here who's a type 1, extremely sensitive skin, always burn, never tans, example, red hair and freckles, that's telling me this person has a very warm undertone. They have natural red hair and they have freckles. And whatever that natural you see in their hair, you're going to see it in their skin as well. So if we were choosing, if this person told me they didn't want to look so warm, I would make sure on the foundations and concealers and things of that nature that they will be cool because this person is born with warm undertone. All right. So I would go to the other side and make sure if I was putting makeup on this person that I would use cool colors to kind of tone down or neutralize this warmth. And so since we see a lot of orange and a lot of red, what's opposite red on the color wheel? We're seeing that again.
Green.
Green. All right. So I would probably make sure that I would put another word for green. If y'all can make notes, somebody put it in chat, ash. When you're talking about hair color and makeup, ash. Okay, ASH, ash. I would go with a cooler undertone, and ash would be your typical one. That's what the color wheel says. If you want to come down red, put the green on. But here's the thing with ash. You ever heard someone say casket ready? Ash tone can come in and literally wipe all the life out of a person. You would have to put warm colors back in the cheeks for this person to look like they're well rounded. Ash literally would take all of your warmth out of a person. This person wouldn't even look human. It'll look like they would have a mask on. All right. And so you would definitely need to play up and play with certain tones to figure out what works and what doesn't. For this one here, type 2, the examples of this person's skin, fair skin, fair-haired Caucasians, Northern Asians. And so we're talking blondes, still in the blonde category, some little darker blondes. These individuals may be blue-eyed. Okay. And so there's a big difference between 1 and 2. We went from red hair to medium blondes. We went from green eyes to blue eyes. What's opposite blue on the color wheel? Anybody?
Yellow.
Orange. Okay. Orange is opposite blue on the color wheel. So now with this person who's type 2, since she has blue eyes, that tells me automatically, okay, let's go to some orange, something warm tone that'll really bring out her features. So this person could wear warm tones. When you look at type 3, darker Caucasian, some Asians, you have darker hair, darker eyes. One thing you need to know about 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 can fall into a biracial category. All right. Especially international biracial category. And then you have 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you get to 3, you're starting to find individuals that have a little bit more melanin. Okay. 4, 5, and 6 are going to be in the warm category. They have the more melanin you have, the more warmth that's in your skin. That means the darker your skin will be. All right. And so when we start at 3, it could be an international biracial. This person could probably be a mix between cool and warm. When we get to 4, 5, and 6, yes, a warm category. Okay. The undertone could be red, it could be orange, but really you have a lot of golden oranges. I heard somebody say arbor the other day. You have a lot of warmth in the skin. All right. Which means a lot of times if you go opposite the color wheel, it will accentuate, little pieces of it will accentuate a person's makeup. And if you want to get rid of some not desirable areas, you can use concealer in the opposite shade of the color wheel, of the complementary color, and it will come down and make things erase or neutralize. So it looks like, gives the illusion that it's gone away. So when we look up here, we have cool as working for us to cancel out the red, cool working for us to cancel out, and then we start getting warmer, right? We start getting warmer. And sometimes you may hear people say, the darker the melanin, the more melanin that's in the skin, the younger the skin looks, or the youth of the skin begins to be preserved. That is absolutely true if you look at it from a point of melanin intake. Okay, so this is a tool that you should use when you're trying to select somebody's undertone. And also, this should help you in understanding where a person is from. So when somebody tells you they're from, and when we look at 3, this person is like Italian to Asian. Okay. And then you have Indian to Asian, from 4, Spanish, African descent on down to African descent as well. Okay. And so you're looking at individuals with no melanin to medium melanin to a lot of melanin on down the road. And you easily tell someone's undertone. So if someone has, again, I'm going to do the example of Christmas. If someone has red undertone, their skin gets really red, or they have red pimples, you can put some green concealer and you'll take a dot and rub it on top of that red pimple, that little blotch. And when you put the makeup on top, you won't see it bleed through. It neutralizes it. It's like it finds its complementary and shuts it down. All right. Same if we was to get rid of somebody that has green hair, they don't want green hair, it's a mistake, or they wore green hair for a long time. Simply, I'm gonna go to the color wheel, take my finger, walk right across the street. What's across from green is red. I'm gonna put something red on top of it, and that's gonna kill the green. It's the same law of color, the same Fitzpatrick scale. that's used for everybody and everything. And so that's something. I wanted to give you a quick share that you guys have tools that you can use as well. When you think of, I don't know if I gave this analogy, when you go to a dentist's office, um, you should find greenery and plants and things of that nature, that, and also maybe white walls, because the warmer colors makes people have more anxiety, and they are more nervous. It cranks up and builds energy, yellow, orange, and red. And so when you go into a dentist's office, they want you to be kind of calm, kind of relaxed. So you're probably going to see blues, violets, and greens. That translates into plants and pictures and things of that nature. Okay. Um, and then we have neutral colors. It's a mix of warm and cool undertones. So we will also call that like mixed melanin. Okay. When we're looking at warm undertones, let's look at this. When you think about blushes, and then also think about bronzers and think about foundations, warm undertones, you think about peach, yellow, gold. All of that is in that warm family. Okay. And so a lot of times you'll find foundations and blushes warm, cool, neutral. Um, take the time this weekend, go into a makeup store or a beauty supply store, look at the makeup, the same terms that you guys are going over, you'll be able to find that as well. So this is identifying skin tones and undertones. It's great on paper, on the screen, but you're not going to fully get it until you randomly say, hey, let me look at your skin. It works with real people, you know? And sometimes you need to be able to see it and put two and two together than just kind of looking on paper. So fair skin tone, bam. Pink, pink, yellow, yellow undertones. Medium skin tone, these are their undertones. Olive skin tones, that's some red and some green. Whenever you hear the word olive, what color is an olive? What color is an olive?
A light green?
It's a green, yeah. You do have individuals that have olive skin tones, and sometimes they're Indians, like from the Indian culture, not Native American, but from the continent India. You will see them with that olive skin tone, and you're like, is their skin, is that green? Yes, they would have an olive skin tone. So we wouldn't call it green. We'll say they had a level of ash, or they have a level of olive in their skin. Deep or dark skin tones. Here's the thing too, society would tell us when it comes to Fitzpatrick that that's black, the darkest of the dark, and deep melanin, that's black. But we have so many different shades, and so please, try to find non-offensive words for our clients when it comes to determining their shades and undertones and things like that, because we know what black looks like, and neither one of these are black. You don't know, you have certain sensitivities. Then you have neutral. And so fair, medium, dark, and olive skin. You'll find that in women, men, and sometimes it'll be in a whole family where it's just everybody has this olive skin tone. And if olive represents green, if you want to shadow that, minimize that, you're going to have a warm foundation, a warm blush, something that has maybe something with a little shimmer to it, just to kind of take off that olive look. So we're moving to training our eye. In determining the eye color, let's look at one. When we look at complementary colors, It says complementary color choices for eye colors are summarized as below. You guys already know complementary colors. We already have talked about it. Complementary colors for blue eyes. Orange is the complementary color for blue because orange contains red and yellow. Shadows with any of these colors in them will make eyes look bluer. Okay. Blue eyes, orange is the color. Orange is the complementary color to blue. Does that mean I'm gonna put some orange shadow right on top of my client's eye? Not necessarily, but there are many variations of orange. Okay. Orange contains yellow and red. So I've added anything that has shimmer to it, that has gold to it, is going to be a great complementary to somebody that has blue eyes. Common choices include gold, warm oranges, browns like peach and copper, red browns and mauves and plums and neutrals. Those are great eyeshadows for blue eyes. Okay, so we start to look at the family of colors. And let's look at complementary colors for green eyes. Red is the opposite of green. You don't have to just take red shadow and put up there, but a variation of red tones. Okay, red browns, red oranges, red violets, and even violet. Plums, pinks, rust, coppers, all of these fall in a red tone, and they all come from the color red. So these would be great tones to cancel out or to complement the green eyes. Here's what we should pay a little bit more attention to. Brown eyes. Most of the time we've seen Fitzpatricks that have brown eyes. We would consider these neutrals, okay? In the category of neutrals, you have greens, blues, grays, and silvers, okay? Neutral just kind of stays in the middle, don't do a whole lot. It's what we consider in its safe range, okay? The Fitzpatrick scale talks about the hair color, also talks about the eye color. This pretty much piggybacks off of the Fitzpatrick scale. All right. So when you're determining a person's hair color, you're going to do the experiment with the mirror and always measure them in natural light. You want to be able to see the light bounce off the mirror into the hair. And by putting that hair on the mirror, you can see what that undertone of that hair is. One, that helps estheticians when you're doing the makeup, you know what colors could come up in their skin. And then for hairstylists, when you're doing the hair and you're coloring the hair, you know what stubborn colors, barriers are going to come up for you to cancel out. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Mature and textured skin. And so we deal a lot, there's a lot of money in servicing your mature clients. And so let's look at here, it says mature and textured skin. Here are tips when working with mature clients or clients who have enlarged pores. Keyword, enlarged pores. Number one, even though this person may be getting makeup services, it's going to be very important that you offer this person skincare services as well. Enlarged pores will hold more oil, and you will see a mature client with acne setup or pimples or pustule setup because of the overabundance of oil in those large pores. Our job is to keep the areas clean and minimize the size of the pores. How do we minimize the size of the pores? Something that's going to tighten the skin and bring those pores tighter together. All right. And so we have clay masks. We also have enzymes. We also have the high frequency one, and we have the LED light. All of that will tighten and shrink the pores. All right. So remember that. And texture skin due to acne scarring or excessive sun exposure. One, they can't go outside without sunscreen. Okay. So products made with shimmer glitter can accentuate skin texture. Y'all, if the texture of the skin, and I know this is just by watching a few shows or whatever, I don't care how beautiful the makeup is, the texture of the skin or bad skin is going to come through a person's makeup. So even though we have this makeup, we still need to treat the issues going on underneath. So we never really talked about it, maybe just a little bit. Put in the chat the person that was on TikTok that had the bad skin. Tell me you guys are in aesthetic schools, was that texture smooth? Or tell me about the skin. Tell me what you saw. Everybody know who that person was?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Miss Netta.
I don't know.
Yeah, Miss Netta. Her skin is very rough.
Miss Miss Netta. Okay.
Yeah. And as an esthetician, that's something we need to talk about. Her skin was very textured. Okay.
It looked like a road map.
Yeah. Her esthetician, she got an esthetician that said, hey, I'm gonna perform some skincare services on you to improve your skin. And in turn, you promote. It happens all the time, y'all. All the time. What they kept saying that she had chemical peels, absolutely, she did not have chemical peels. Okay. And remember, chemical peels is not an answer to someone that has this rough textured skin all the time, because it could come from medications, it could come from other skin disorders or diseases. So it could be a lot of things going on with a person why their skin will look a certain way. Number one, Miss Netta is a natural born male. Men have tougher skin on the face. They have tougher hair on the face. And so when you're trying to make it as soft and close to feminine as possible without the use of hormones and things of that nature, it's going to look rough. Okay? Yeah, it's going to, oh, you said, oh, that guy. Yeah, it's going to look rough.
Plus,
and so,
ain't there the hormones too for as far as being it's gonna be different.
F, you have plenty of transgenders that are taking hormones. They take the opposite hormones. It softens their skin. And so it puts more female hormones to make them, molded and shaped and take on like a female structure of the skin. So the skin becomes like a whole different makeup, and it becomes more softer like women. If you were taking transgender, if you were going the route of through transitioning. So I've seen transgenders before, they really did look like me. And then they started taking the hormones. Those hormones made their skin softer and softened their features. And I don't think Miss Netta has been taking any hormones at all. And the same thing with women, their features, they start growing hair, they take on more male features. So the issue is with this particular person, they were saying they were giving her chemical peels and then putting a full face of makeup on this person. Can't be. Because y'all hadn't even been over the chemical peel chapter. That's next. And you've seen if someone gets a chemical peel, how is the skin peeling and you wearing makeup every day? I mean, thick makeup every day. It's not a chemical peel. And so a lot of times it is the skin needs to go through something stronger. And so she would probably have needed laser resurfacing. And the reason why I still say this client, Netta, needs laser resurfacing, because resurfacing is what it does. It's going to take the lumpiness out of that skin and make it smoother. And laser resurfacing is going to cost you some money. And you're going to probably get more than one, do more than one treatment. But if this person definitely does have chemical peels and goes through the process, and on top of that includes laser resurfacing, she will probably have a very smooth skin. And a lot of what we're dealing with when you see her is scarring. So she may have like a keloid skin, have a pimple and picked on it and never really went to a dermatologist or something. And as it healed in a lump. So, or this person also may have had lupus or something else going on with her skin that causes it to do that. So, it's definitely, you need great skincare, but she would need some advanced skincare, not nothing that is going to be just basic and general. So I wouldn't even service her. I would have first sent her to the dermatologist. And from the dermatologist, I would have sent her to an in dermatologist office. They can do chemical peels up to a 7%. So up to a 70. Most of the time, like Tennessee state law say, you can't do a glycolic no more than a 30%. So you see the difference that you can get from a 30% from an esthetician standpoint to a 70% in a dermatologist's office. You're going to have, in 1 to 2 days, you're going to start to see some immediate change in that skin, immediate shedding of that oil, immediate repair. You also, I would look at Miss Netta's age. Don't know her age. She's probably in the 40s or 50s. I don't know. But as you age, your skin doesn't repair itself as much as it used to when you were younger. So it's a lot of factors. And I think she sold a lot of product for that lady too. It was called Tone Skincare. And I just sat back and I was like, real estheticians and educators and estheticians are gonna be like, you're gonna need more than some cream and some soap to take care of that. Okay. But because you knew that's your superpower, and mature and textured skin is gonna need some help. But let me tell you, the makeup is going to show even more issues with the skin. So even if you are just saying, I'm gonna be a makeup artist, you need to also include skincare services with that makeup. And even if you have mature to textured skin, you know it's gonna be a little rougher, pores are gonna be enlarged a little more, you're gonna be able to see it. If you're not, your clients are not doing all that priming and things like setting and things of that nature. So it's gonna look amazing. But as the time goes on, how are they going? You've never treated the skin. And so glitter, they saying glitter, a highlighting, great. But we still need to make sure that we're treating those enlarged pores and that texture of the skin. Have anyone seen anybody with a rough looking texture of the skin that say, hey, that person's going to be my person that I work on because I want to help improve their skin? Have anyone start looking at people saying, hey, I want to work on your skin just to see how well it does? Do you have anybody? I would suggest everybody find somebody that you start to say, hey, I'm going to take you, I want you to be a part of this journey. I'm going to take care of your skin. We'll take pictures from now, and then we'll continue to work on it for about 3 to 6 months. And those photos, that knowledge that you're going to get is going to help you promote and market to a certain group of people. I absolutely love doing seniors. I absolutely love doing my sassy seniors. because they want to look amazing. And they also don't mind paying to look amazing. They understand that you got to do something to get somewhere. And so there'll always be clients. So I love working on their skin because I love to see their skin try to reverse from back to where it used to be. And a lot of times you see a lot of celebrities there. You start to see people age, but you see it on their neck. Their face looks amazing, but you start to see the age on their necks. And their face can look amazing because they may get a little work. But we can't forget to check out the neck as well. All right. And so here are check-ins. Remember, we are continuously working on check-ins. What are the three main color selection steps used to choose makeup colors? We're looking at eyes, we're looking at hair, and we're looking at skin. What colors I use to tone down red? Okay. What colors I use to tone down red? What color is the most prominent color and you add it to anything and it darkens?
Blue.
There you go. Now let's look at face shapes. I'm gonna put this in the chat. Okay, let's SHOP. Shop door. You know, with new publications, they may change or add something different, but I never want you guys to forget shop door. Okay, shop door. Square, heart, oval, round, diamond, oblong, and rectangular. Okay, shop door. Now, when you're looking at analyzing face shapes, y'all, we have to look at these face shapes to decide what kind of lash designs we're going to do, what kind of brow designs we're going to do, what kind of hairstyles we're going to do, and now makeup. One thing that I've always loved is when I see someone contouring the face. If you are contouring the face, you are a bad sister or brother because you identify with face shapes and you're trying to minimize something and show off something else. So when you get to the point of contouring, go for it. That means you have an understanding of face shapes. Okay. It's the ability to analyze face shapes. It's helpful in a variety of aesthetic areas. It can determine, like I said, hairstyles, hats, sunglasses, jewelry, what you wear, brows, things of that nature. Let's look at oval. Someone with an oval face shape, I want you to mark as average. A person with an oval face shape could wear anything. Could wear just about anything. They could wear short hair, long hair, just about anything. Or oval face shape. They have a balance. Okay, they have a balance. And if I do celebrities, you got Halle Berry. Okay. It's in what they call here ideal face shape because it's a balance and overall look of symmetry. All right. So oval. Most of the time when you're doing makeup, you're trying to take your clients to that oval place, okay? That ideal place. And remember, makeup is supposed to accentuate the beauty for features that they already have, all right? And so we want to conceal those features that are not as, that your client do not like. So you can definitely start and ask, what do you like about your features? What do you don't like? And I know I need to conceal some areas that they would not like. Let's look at round. Widest at the cheekbone area. Okay, widest. Soft round jawline. round hairline. You got a full forehead. Square. Now, when it comes to the next three, on your clients that you can see points, you definitely want to conceal those points. Hard points will increase a masculine look of a woman. So if you're doing that makeup or doing that hair, you want to use something that takes away from these sharp points. Okay. So a square, wide angular jawline and forehead, the lines of the face are straight and angular. Okay. And so we're looking here, bam, bam. Rectangular, a person has a longer face, still a wide forehead, and also a wide chin area. Okay. Or just a wide lower part of the face. And so I've seen individuals with rectangle, and I do like to put a little texture in the hair to take away from these hard parts right here. You will find that these individuals will wear bangs to kind of soften the forehead area so it doesn't look as wide. Same thing here. Okay. Corrective makeup can be applied to create the illusion of width against the cheekbones. And so sometimes this face area is a little thin, but they have like a width, a longer width, a longer length to the face. I've seen a couple of people with oblong, and the objective to me will be to make those points more feminine. And then we have triangle, pear shape. What that simply means, a smaller forehead, but a wider jawline. Okay, smaller forehead and a wider jawline. All right, like a pyramid, this face is widest at its base or jawline, tapering up to slightly narrow cheeks and reaching its apex, the top of a narrow forehead. All right, we want to make the jawline slender. All right, so we will be what we call contouring when you get to that point in that area. Heart. A heart facial shape, definitely nothing off the face, but you'll probably have a diagonal part or a side part that really swoops in, gives you a nice bang, that really minimizes the size of this forehead. Okay. It is usually soft rather than angular and has some prominence in the cheekbone area. So has a nice contour look here, but you'll see in the forehead area, it will be wider in this area. Okay, kind of like an inverted triangle. So triangle, just flip it upside down. And then diamond. Okay, widest at the cheekbones, but smaller forehead, smaller chin. All right. The face has a narrow chin and narrow forehead, angular in form, and the measurements of the jaw and hairline are approximately the same. With this individual, you will add length to the hair because you want to take away from this small area here. This will be a person that would probably have a smaller head. And since you're working with a smaller face, a smaller surface, you may want to add colors that will make the area pop or widen. Okay. You want to give the illusion that the area could be bigger than what it is. That's shop door. Okay. To shop door. And please, I may ask you to tell me what shop door is. You never know what that quiz is going to be. Shop door. All right. So as we look at oval, this is going to be an ideal distance between the eyes and width of one eye. All right. When it comes to us talking about eyebrows and eyelashes, We'll run into instances of hooded eyelids and just different aspects of eyelids and things of that nature. When individuals go and get lashes done, a lot of times they want this look, they want that look, but lash artists are going to build lash maps based on how well you want to accentuate the eyes. And so based on the eye shape, you will put certain lashes closer to the nose area, certain lashes the furthest on the end. If someone had a round eye, I would put my longer lashes in the center and just work my way down because I want to give the illusion that the eye has a tapered look on the ends and in the corners. And so we'll go into the lash section and talk a little bit about that. Because definitely I think a lot of you guys do lashes and a lot of you guys probably wear lashes. And based on the facial shape, how the eyes are set, how the eyebrows are set, is where you're going to really come in and customize for your clients. So even though this is just a general outlook, as something factors for you to look at. I'm going to always look at the forehead. I'm going to always look at the eye length and brow length. I'm going to look at the nose and I'm going to look at the chin. Okay. And you don't have to mark these. These are always 4 areas. We're looking dead in the middle of their head. And so these are 4 areas that you're going to always use your measurements by. If you're contouring, you're adding something, you're taking something away. This is a visual measuring stick. Okay, figure 12, 15. Number 7, why is analyzing face shapes an important skill? All right, so let's move up here. For the makeup artist, understanding. This is going to be our answer. For the makeup artist, understanding how to help a client accentuate features they wish to be more prominent and de-emphasize what this means. Features more prominent. Features on their face they want to stand out. And de-emphasize features that they want to minimize. They prefer to go unnoticed is a valuable skill. You got to help your clients do that. Okay? You got to help your clients do that. So it's important for you to guide your clients to what's going to be better for them. And in your whole career, you'll always measure what the client wants versus what the client needs. You don't go and do what you want to do. What the client wants versus what they need. And then you guys come and meet in the middle. We're going to look at different types of cosmetics. When we look at types of cosmetics, we are looking at terms, all right? This is what you're going to see on flashcards. We're looking at terms. Okay, we're looking at terms. How many people carry makeup, a whole makeup kit in their bag? Who takes the time out to say, hey, I'm doing makeup today. I'm doing my makeup today.
I do.
I knew Sonny did.
It stays with me.
Mm-hmm. Do somebody have this one piece of makeup? I just need that one thing and look, I'm good. I can make it throughout the day. Who has that one piece of cosmetic makeup that you like? Yeah, I live for this. What's that one piece? What's that one piece of makeup? Some people will say mascara. Some people say I gotta have my lip gloss. For me, I gotta have my lipstick. And it's not so much a lipstick, it's a matte specialty lipstick. For me, I gotta have that one. Um, and I seen Amber. I saw you on the book. I
Yep.
said, look at Amber without her uniform on.
Right.
The students look totally different. Hi, mama.
Yep. So I was just about to comment. I was going to say that I only wear makeup, for special occasions. If I'm
Mhm.
going out, going to a concert or something like that, I don't really just wear it, like to work or just out and
Yeah.
about.
When it's time to put it on, you put it on.
Right.
There you go. There you go. There you
But I do
go. All right.
wear my lip chap.
Okay.
I
Okay.
need that.
Lip chap it is.
Right.
So good, good. I think everybody has that one thing that they like, or when it's time to put it on, they can put it on. Um, I have been a fan of the Retro Lip by MAC. And I used to wear this one called Old Lady, and it got discontinued. And I'm still sick about that. Um, I forgot what red I wear now, but I do wear a red from the Retro Lip. Um, and I ain't gotta have anything else on earth. I could just have that, and I'm good. When I get up out of here, y'all better have that lip on me. At the end of the day, I don't have to have nothing else. So that's a favorite for me. I know what I cannot do. I cannot do glitters on my lips. If even if you see products that says plumping products, anything that's menthol or swells the lip to make it look bigger or glitter, my lips will get really big. So no, can't do it. I think I have to go to the doctor or something. I'm just allergic to that stuff on my lip. Um, I like hot sauce or things that have hot sauce on it every now and again. Even a hot chip will irritate my lips. And I know my lips are going to peel for that week if something hot touches my lips. So, even though we know what it does, sometimes we still do it. But you got to have that one go to. And being a makeup artist, although you're coming for aesthetics and that may be a major focus, but being able to fill in and take care of business and help your clients out on special days like bridal showers and the actual wedding day is amazing. If you and let me give you a plug, um, Sunny, and I think we talked about this before. Your area is huge in the arts, huge in the arts. As an esthetician or even a makeup artist, look into joining your local film commissions. And by you joining the local film commissions as a service provider, when you pay your dues, you join, it's just like a union, right? When movies come, like budget movies, they come to a city, file permits and stuff. It's part of that permit. They have to use service workers from the area, so they have to pull service workers from the local film commission. So if someone's doing a movie here in Memphis, someone's doing commercials or whatever here in Memphis, and they filed a permit to film here, they have to go to the local film commission, pull the directory, and hire from the directory. When they hire from the directory, once you had to present, you had to make sure your license and stuff is in good standing. The network or the film company pays you and can pay you well, can tell you this is a 2-week gig, this is a 30-day gig that we'll be filming here. And sometimes you're on set from start time to end time. Call time could be 5 a.m. and you can end at 12 midnight. Okay. And so that means you get paid from call time to 12 midnight. And a lot of times I remember the guy that did Janet Jackson's hair early off of her first video, Nico. He was hired to do her hair. He thought he was just going to get paid for 1 or 2 days. He thought it was going to be like, they said something like $750. It ended up being almost $1,000 a day for like a month. So in a month of work of just maintaining her hair for her her album cover, her album shoots, her video shoots, her press releases, he got paid almost $30,000. And he said it shocked him because he thought it was going to be, he was getting the experience. He didn't expect to get paid that much. But if that's something you guys are looking to do, is move into TV sets and movies and things like that, I would definitely join the film commission. Even if you're an esthetician, join the film commission, because celebrities will come and they will want someone professional to do their skin, to keep up the upkeep until they get back to their professionals, their professional place, wherever they're from. So that's something you guys can definitely look into. You don't have to go into a shop. You don't have to go into a spa. You can work commercial and just work as needed. You know, you leave one movie set, go to another one. But everybody learning how to do some makeup is going to be like an extra button on their resume. Okay, it's something extra on the resume. Even if you learn how to do just a soft glam, there's going to be something extra you can do and you can get an additional paycheck for. Now, reality shows and stuff like that, I ain't gonna say we not doing it, but the networks are not paying for that. The most of the time, the reality person on reality shows and Instagram and things like that, they want to pay you with social media marketing, or pay you a minimum out of the pocket, or don't pay you at all. All right. And that doesn't pay bills, and you don't get any credit towards the union. And the union is just like, once you retire, you'll get a paycheck, you'll get a pension until the day you leave here. Okay. And so, two separate things: go for movie and TV shows, and reality TV people, tell them how much money up front, and don't move until you get your money. Because if you move and do the work, they're gonna leave town and you may not get your money. And so learning a little bit about foundation, makeup, all of that stuff will help you build your resume. Let's look at the terms. Foundation, also known as base makeup, and I'm gonna put it in yellow, is a tinted cosmetic used to even out skin tone and color. Okay, conceal imperfections. All right, so kind of cover up the stuff that people don't like, the dark spots or something. Foundation can take care of that and protect the skin from outside elements of climate, dirt, and pollution. Dark circles, blemishes, pigmentation, redness, and other concerns can be neutralized with foundation. All right. And so foundation is going to be one of our key components to our makeup application. Face makeup comes in different form. You have cream, liquid, powder, and mineral. And then everybody's not going to use the same one all year round. So some skin gets darker in the summer, they may have one foundation, and some skin gets lighter in the winter, they may have another foundation. Okay, and so here you see any of these bold terms is what we need to also make sure we do. Oil-based foundation, okay? We'll use oil-based foundation for normal to dry skin. That's gonna be key. Pretty much, you may see a question. If someone has normal to dry skin, what foundation base would you use? you will say oil-based. Okay. Oil-free products are referred to as water-free. So oil-free means water-based. All right. Water-based products give you a matte look. It doesn't really cause you to have like a buildup on the skin, but it pulls in moisture. So oil-free, water-based foundations, they give a matte look and they're good for oily and sensitive skin. Okay, that matte, that once it sets, that MAC makeup, MATTE, is going to absorb the oil that normally sits on top of your skin. Silicone based products are good for concluding the skin, improving a more even surface. So you may have some individuals that they may have a texture issue. Okay. Their texture, there may be a definite texture issue. And so you may use this type of foundation to help smooth that out. Okay. It's an excellent choice for bridal makeup. And here's it says makeup is more durable for prolonged wear. Okay. Prolonged wear. And so even if you have camouflage makeup, things of that nature, they're built to last longer. And the reason they may say for a bride, you got to get ready, you got to go through the wedding, you also got to have the reception, things of that nature. So long wear throughout the day. Alcohol-based makeup is available for extreme durability and is popular with special effects artists as well as temporary tattoos. Okay. Oil-based makeup is not ideal for prolonged wear and can exacerbate dry skin, cause the skin to become itchy. Okay. And the person will be like, oh, I got to get this off. I got to get this off, get this off. Alcohol-based could cause the skin to become even more dry. All right. And so it's something for you to just kind of keep a lookout. Those are some foundations. It says product ingredients continue to advance. As those ingredients advance, these are a few things I want you to look at. When you look at ingredients of foundations, I'm going to put it in yellow. Water, emollient bases, cream or oil, humectant. Okay, we call those buffers, something that hydrates and conditions the skin. Pigments, binders, keeps everything together. Fragrances, okay? Sensitive skin, you need to go with something that has no fragrance. And preservatives. The preservatives gives your product this long-lasting wear. Okay, they give the product this long-lasting wear. That's how you can open it, leave the top off, close it up. You can keep opening and use it for several months, for a period of time, and it will make sure bacteria does not begin to grow. And so preservatives are going to be key in a lot of your cosmetics. Anytime that you're using a skincare product, a hair product, and it says no preservatives, that product is going to be for temporary use. It's not going to be where you can store that product and I can use it in a few weeks. I can use it next month. No, because that product is going to start to grow bacteria. All right. You got to be careful with your eyeshadows as well, your lash extensions, things like that. Because clients keeping them on a long period of time. You have makeup, cosmetics, so many different things on the lashes. It can cause bacteria to grow. If you're using some organic products and vegan products that don't have those preservatives in there, you got to make sure you close that top out and that no water gets near those products because water will start to something to grow, bacteria, mold, and also you may pick up a resin smell. okay? Like something is spoiled in your product. So you want to be very, very careful. Preservatives are great, but also preservatives can counteract with other chemicals. And so if you're just a person saying, hey, I don't want that on my skin, you're going to choose something that maybe from the vegan or organic category, and be very, very careful. You may not have a large range of colors if you do that also. Let's look at liquid foundations. Here's a highlight, and then we'll go to a video about foundations. Oh, this is some good stuff. It says some liquid foundations are combinations of organic and inorganic pigments in alcohol and water-based solutions. All right. Alcohol and water-based solutions. That's liquid foundations. So it got a little mix of everything. Okay. And liquid foundations are going to be great for dry skin. Bentonite. Bentonite is a clay. Most of the time, you'll find bentonite in hair masks, and you'll find bentonite in bath soaks. You'll find bentonite in face masks, body scrubs, things of that nature. You'll take that clay, add a little water to it, make it creamy, and rub it all over the body. What happens? It pulls out toxins. You'll find a lot of people take bentonite clay with water, mix it together, and rub it around their tummy, rub it around their thighs, and then wrap up with saran wrap, and then wrap up in bandages. And so what happens, that bentonite clay is pulling out the toxins and things from around the waist, from around the thighs, to pull out all the toxins, all that oil starts pulling back into one area out of those areas. If you use bentonite clay in your bathtub, I would say give yourself about 15 minutes. Do not stay in a hot tub with bentonite clay or mother's worth, because what happens, this is one of those ingredients from Native American rituals. Okay. They used to use bentonite clay in steam ritual ceremonies, along with other herbs as well. And if you sit in that hot water with the bentonite clay, yes, it's going to relax you. Yes, it's going to start pull toxins, but it can also, believe it or not, put you in a trance where you'll be like, man, I'm so sleepy. Yeah. So you got to be careful with stuff when they say, put this in your tub, do this and do that, because toxins under certain amount of pressure can do more than just pull stuff out of your body. What these clays can do more than just pull toxins out of your body. So when I make products, I try to research the products and ingredients and only do what I want the product to do. I never activate the products into other territories. I don't want to open up the door to anything. So bentonite clay strengthens your hair. It's a cleanser for the scalp if you add baking soda to it. It'll also pull toxins out of, help pull the fat out of your belly, your thighs, help with cellulite, all that good stuff. Okay. But if you sit down in the tub with it for a long period of time, it's gonna make you really sleepy. Okay. Has anybody ever used bentonite clay before? You used it, didn't know you used it? Okay. Its job is to absorb. And some makeup artists will keep bentonite clay, guess what, in their makeup kit, because they may mix it with a little water and it's very, very thin, and they may use that as a primer. All right. Because it's going to dry like a clay. And then it's also, as the skin would the pores would push out oil. The bentonite clay is going to absorb that oil. The makeup never really touches the skin because of the barrier of the bentonite clay on the face. It's amazing. Okay. But it definitely, when applied thin, clients don't see it. It's just like if you had any other cream or liquid primer that dried and you put it on the face. So super, super amazing for that. Bentonite clay can be found on Amazon, of course, Walmart, Walgreens, but you can find it at Hobby Lobby. Okay. And if you're looking for, if your client has oily skin, just a tip, and you're trying to remove all, get as much oil out of this person's skin while they sleep on this table doing your facial, get that bentonite clay, mix it with a little water, let it get really creamy, and then I will put it over that client's face and let it sit about 10 minutes. It's gonna pull all that surface, that oil that's sitting underneath the skin. It'll dry like a hard mask, a clay mask, and it'll pull all of that up. Just a tip. So you can use bentonite clay in makeup as well. And then you have cream foundations. Let me highlight and make that yellow. Thicker, give medium to heavier coverage. You're trying to even out skin tones, pigmentations, things of that nature. Great for dry to normal skin. You have cake makeup, which also we call camouflage makeup as well. Also they call it pancake makeup, very heavy cream foundation makeup. Sometimes people say this makeup gives you a drag look. Remember, everybody is not a pancake makeup type person. All right. There are product companies that do have different types of foundations. And when you see something that says full coverage, a lot of times it has a reference to cake makeup. All right. Something that's a little thicker. Grease paint and cake makeup can be used in theaters. There is, let me put this in the chat. There is a place, I just found our new field trip. Theater Supply House. Give me a popular pizza place in Memphis that's been around a long time. Can somebody name one? Because it's on the tip of my tongue.
Broadway.
There we go. It's on Broadway. Okay. Main Stage Theater Supply is on Broadway. Okay. When Main Stage, like whenever the Orpheum or anybody is having Playhouse, they're having like plays, they will probably go rent equipment and stuff like that from Main Stage. So Main Stage used to have this room, right? And it was called the makeup room. It had makeup from, it was so organized, his makeup from the top of the ceiling to the bottom of the floor. And you could turn around. It wasn't that big, but it had about 3 walls and an open door. And you will walk in and you will be able to select makeup from those areas and you could purchase it. And you would usually come in and say, I would like to go to the makeup room. And they would escort you to the makeup room, let you pick all your stuff, and then they would sell it to you. Well, Main Stage specialized in makeup for theater. All right. So mainly you had cake or pancake, full coverage, foundations, eyeshadows, all that good stuff. Because when you're under a camera, you needed to have makeup that would actually stand the test of time. You don't want to have all those lights on you and then you start sweating through your makeup. All right. So it's really, really good makeup. And if you've ever heard of this company, anybody ever heard of Benai? It's like an the original banana powder, setting powder. Ben Nye was one of their first companies that they carry, and they carry majority Ben Nye, and it is a big coverage theater type foundation and makeup line. Okay, whereas I could use a oh my goodness, it had a cream liner, and it would be in a little, just a little, no bigger than a quarter, like in a container like that. And you would have to take your thin brush, and I would pick up some of that cream, place it on my eyeliner. And when I tell you, it would not budge. Cry it off, do whatever, it ain't going anywhere because it's made for theater. I would also use it for my eyebrows. Okay. Is it going anywhere? Goes nowhere. Same thing with the lipstick, same thing with their powders and concealers. Just absolutely amazing. And how I found it, one of the ladies from the news, I saw her in Broadway, Pizza, and she was saying she was going over and get her some makeup. So where you going to get some makeup in this area? She said a theater store. Went over there with her. It was a lady from China 5. And there you go. Found the plug. And I've been every now and again that I'm over there, I'm like, yeah, I might go over here. I need to give me some concealer. I need to give me some cream shadow, or it's not cream shadow, but it's cream eyeliner. And it's my favorite go to, period. And so we need to go over to, or the next time that you are on Broadway, you don't need me to go over, but the next time you're on Broadway, you know, Broadway pieces right there, go over the railroad track and you'll see main stage. Knock on that door and tell them you wanted to see their selection of theater makeup. And I don't think they have the room, but they'll bring you these. It looks like a poster board, and it'll have all the samples of their makeup on there, and you choose what you want, and they'll go get it. So that's like a city tip. Go, you know, sometimes you have some pieces that are like $9, but if anybody ever uses MAC Cosmetics, and you know they have the little eyeshadows that may be like $15, right? The little bitty ones. You can get maybe something 4 times that size for $10. Every color you can imagine, every shimmer you can imagine. And think about you using, you know, that little small MAC eyeshadow for $15 to $17, where you're getting something 3 to 4 times that size for $10. Okay. So that's something for you to check out. Even if you just go buy one thing, you know, just kind of look and see. There's so many little hidden jewels. And they have individuals that actually teach theater makeup. And theater makeup is going to be totally different from what you do on a day-to-day basis. And there are schools that teach theater makeup. And when you talk about theater makeup, any scary movie you can ever think of, and a person's eye is cut, or a gunshot wound, or a stab, you know, something going on, a lot of times that's theater makeup, is where they're having that special effects. They're making their skin and costumes and characters and things like that. So that's another area of makeup that you guys can work on. And this is where grease paint comes in. Heavy cream makeup for theatrical purposes. It stays in place. It doesn't move. You got to have a good skincare routine if you're going to use it, because you know that makeup gets packed. So you got to be able to take it off, and so on and so on. Also, I don't, how many of you guys may do hair too? And there's a couple of you guys that do hair and skin. Is there anybody that does hair or wigs? Okay, because on main stage, they also have a collection of some of really spirit gum, SPIRITGUM. Lace front wigs were only made for theater and TV. They originally they were not made for people to wear every day. And so when you go to theater supply stores, they will have laces, they will have frontals, they will have facial laces, like a full beard that's like a lace front. It has lace, and you can use the glue to put it on the face like someone has a real beard, so on and so on. So they have those glues, those alcohols, they have just a whole lot of different stuff. Okay, so anything you can think of for theater with hair, skin, nails, this place will probably have it. So I just wanted you guys to learn that. Grease paint, make sure you have a good facial routine. Then you have powder foundations. Consists of powder-based mix with a coloring agent, cream to powder, which is also good, but it can give you a dry finish. So you definitely need to make sure you're hydrating and you have something moisturizing underneath the skin. Primers, simply that's what they do. They're great primers. They help the makeup last longer. They come in liquid or silicone base. You can find them in aerosol, creams, sprays, all kinds. We're going to prepare to close out, but let's just move over to our video. Let's move over to our video for foundations, and then we'll close out for tonight. Hold on one moment. All right, moving to our video for foundations. Hold on one moment.
Of all foundations available today,
Let me stop. Can you all hear that? Were you all able to hear that video start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Of all foundations available today, liquid foundations are by far the most versatile and are suited for all skin types. For drier skin types or for heavier coverage, cream foundation should be your choice. But regardless of your personal preference, both types should be a staple in your makeup kit.
All right. That video was rather short. I'm gonna post a couple of videos in the group as it relates to some of the terms that we've learned about the different cosmetics, starting with foundations. What I want you guys to do over the weekend, start working on your check-in questions and going over some of the terms, because it's a lot of highlighted terms. And so let's start going over those terms. Also, going through your ebook and writing down and answering those questions. I don't want you, those check-in questions. I don't want you to send them to me right now. I just don't want you to have everything piled together at one time. So take the time now this weekend to start working on those check-in questions and also start studying those terms. I see you guys. Miss Candace, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna try to jump in tomorrow as well. And I'm gonna give her we're gonna have to split it up. Cosmo's gonna have some time for study, PSI test out, and then also aesthetics are gonna have some time for study. So we'll see you guys tomorrow if you choose to jump on for study night. If not, I see you Monday in the school. Okay. Y'all have a blessed and amazing day. And we are picking up on state board prep and hands-on practical. Y'all have an awesome evening.